I'd like to welcome everybody to the Jefferson County Board of Tourism, November 18th, 2024, the second to last meeting that Victoria Perry will ever be a part of. Let's go ahead and remove our hats and stand up.
I can see.
Ever so long.
I know, I should have said that. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We do have a quorum. I did not receive minutes, so we'll punt to December for minutes. And let's go ahead and update the treasurer's report here. Bring please, sir.
Okay, so for the month of October, the income for tax was $98,844.95, 30% greater than last year at this time, which makes up for the 24.5% below in September. So I mean, it's just when people get them in, I think.
Yep.
So for the year, $611,599.92 have been brought in. And you look at the kind of the averages, usually the averages after the middle of the year are always higher, but that'll put us like almost spot on with what it was last time, like 732,000. I do have one claim from VMI on the marketing expense of $4,004.49.
I move that we accept the claim.
Have a second?
Second.
Motion carries.
Treasurer's report.
I move that we accept the treasurer's report as well.
If you
Second.
want, you don't have to.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. David, thank you. Moving on to partnerships and projects. Tony, if you'd like to kind of update us on how Mad Hop went and our investment into Mad Hop.
Yeah, first of all, Tammy and Dan and I and our whole committee want to thank you guys so much for the grant that we received earlier this year. It was instrumental. Could not have done what we did this year without it. So thank you. It was a huge success all around. It was record sales, ticket sales, beautiful weather, awesome music. So we were extremely happy. We have our hot wash meeting next week, which is where we come around, sit around and talk about what we can do better, what we did wrong. And there's just not a big list of what we could do much better. So we're very happy and we want to say thank you again. So just a short review of what we did. We spent our money on advertisements. We focused again on Louisville for the most part because we find that the combination of Louisville Public Media, music, and Madison work really well together. We get a lot of response from our advertisings on Louisville Public Media on WFPK, and they have 3 stations. I can't remember what the other ones are, but mainly WFPK. And we do a strong push in October, moving up towards the festival. We had first of all, over 50% of our ticket buyers were from out of town. Of those 50%-ish, probably half of that were from the Louisville metro area. So it's working in Louisville. We've not found where we can get that kind of response on the other surrounding bigger cities. Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Columbus just don't have what Louisville has. So we've tried and we're going to continue to try to expand our circle as we get bigger. But that was where our focus was in advertising. We did add something with our advertising instead of just music. We tried to focus on also Madison as a destination. So if somebody's dragging along their wife or husband who's not really into music, there's all this other stuff you can do to spend the weekend. So that's hard to quantify, but I think it really did some good for us as well. I mean, for Madison, of course. Artist budget. You're only as good as your product, and we had a fantastic year with music. Our lineup for what we do was stellar. I really am so happy. Heard nothing but really positive things. about our lineup. So again, as we get bigger, that's where your money goes as your budget gets bigger, is a good chunk of it goes towards Artist budget. Hop sessions, we had hop sessions in our request, which were free shows, during the festival that we would put on at different venues that weren't on the footprint of Mad Hop. We decided not to do that this year, but instead we did a free Friday. So kind of, we thought we would get a bigger bang for our buck that way. We're thinking about bringing back Mad Hop sessions next year, mostly because the people who got the free music outside the footprint really weren't happy with us, not doing it this year. So we're probably gonna bring that back, and it'll at a less of a expense to us. It was very expensive last year. And I don't think we got much in return for it, to be quite honest. Buskers, we had buskers. If you don't know what busker is, a busker is somebody who plays music on the corner. And we had those buskers all throughout downtown Madison while the people walking from venue to venue. So it just adds to the whole festivity of the thing. Social media, what I'm learning is I don't know how to do social media, and you have to hire someone to do that, and it's expensive if you want to get somebody very good. So seeing that I can't resize a picture to fit into Instagram, so we paid somebody to help us with social media, and that's mostly Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for us. And we're gonna expand that to TikTok, I think, next year because of the music aspect. That's just fits well. Printing, of course, I mean, every year we get bigger and bigger and bigger, printing expenses go up. So we went away from the banner out on the edge of town, because I just don't think people see those. And I don't think it's very effective. We went to yard signs, and that was Tammy's idea. So yard signs are obviously during election year, everybody sees them. So maybe sometimes like a year like this, not the best thing to put yard signs out during election year, but I think they're way more effective. You can put them anywhere. If you lose one, then okay, you lose one. If you lose a banner, that's a big expense. So we thought those were, we know that those are very effective for us. Along with posters. We did another Tammy idea was that we did a lot of handouts. We go to a lot of festivals through the year, and it's just guerrilla. We're just handing them out to people, and you know, those like-minded people come to Madison to Mad Hop. I thought that was very, very effective again this year. So yeah, we were very happy with our growth. We are finding, and we know in this industry, in the festival industry, there's a lot, like a record amount of large festivals closing, going out of business this year and part of last year. And I think a lot of that is because they just grew too big and too fast. And they're the cookie cutter. You can go to see these same lineup in a month from now at a different festival. It's the same thing. So at the same time, we're seeing festivals like us, small to medium-sized festivals that are growing in number. They're popping up all over the place. And for me, I would rather go to that kind of festival than watch Tyler Childers on a big screen. I just doesn't have any enjoyment for me. So it's the intimacy. And again, this just plays right into the whole magic of downtown Madison. And it was a magical day. So I don't know, do you have anything else? Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, so one of the things, great job, number one. I've heard nothing but positive things. Yeah, so we spend, and stop me if I'm wrong on any of this, but we spend, $500,000 plus thousands of dollars, and they can gather some of this info that you're trying to gather. Just when I think when we're, especially in 2025, just from a number standpoint, if Sarah and Andrew are able to capture, there were 6,000 people that came in, and I'm making this up, half of them were unique visitors. So they're not traveling 35 plus miles to go home. They're going to stay here. And the average room night is $200. Then JCB is $16 a night, right? Mm-hmm. So now if they stay 2 nights, we get 32. Mm-hmm. And if half of them, so you take 32 times 3,000, and you're like, guys, you all gave us X, here's your return on investment, right? Right. And then we're like, oh man, let's pump more money onto it.
I need to go talk to Andrew. We did this last year with the Placer data, and for some reason, either he was just learning how to use it, or Mad Hop is just a unique thing where people are always moving around. We didn't get a really good picture of that, last year.
Yeah, there was insufficient data because it has to have 1,000 people in that, where we're drawing
Okay,
on that map. And so, you know, and it has to do it for a certain amount of time too. So,
And it's a big footprint with multiple venues, it's not
Yeah.
just one
I
place.
mean, right, I mean, I think he did hone down on where your actual event was, but then he may have done the whole entire thing as well, but I'm not sure. I do remember the insufficient data.
The good thing, I don't know if it's a good, but we have an outdoor stage now, which at the end of the night is where everybody goes. So
okay,
that might give you an indication how many people are there. But as far as the day, because there's a lot of people who come, not that don't go to the festival, just because there's lots to do in Madison.
you being intimately involved, I mean, what would you guess? Like just a pure wild guess, and what I mean is like, hey, dude, there was 50,000 people there, no, there's 500.
I can only tell you anecdotally, I know, first of all, our ticket sales were at least double what they were last year,
Okay,
number one. And number two,
which is what?
1,500, I think.
Okay, all right,
So,
okay,
we just anecdotally walking through the town, it was a very, very busy day.
Yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely.
as far as how many people were in town, I don't know. It was more than 1,500.
yeah,
So it's hard for me to tell. I know, again, anecdotally, just talking to the hotels, the ones downtown anyway are all sold out. All the businesses downtown, not just the venues, but all the other restaurants and shops they were always very happy, excuse me, very happy with Met Hub.
Yeah, yeah,
Because it
yeah.
brings a lot of people. And there's a lot of new people coming to town, that's our favorite kind of fan to come, because they'll come back when it's not Met Hub. And hopefully they'll come back to Met Hub next year. So, yeah, maybe next year we can do a better job getting in more accurate numbers on that. It'll be, I think, to Sarah's point, it might get easier as we get bigger too.
yeah. Well, even coming in on our special meeting in March, right? I'm assuming you guys will reapply for a
We're
grant
thinking about that,
in March. At least setting up that time with Andrew and Sarah and saying, hey, here's our weekend. Can you capture this? What data can you get? Anything?
Mhm.
Just thinking from that business standpoint, how it makes it so much easier for us to be able to say, here's the economic impact, here's the return on investment, and maybe you're asking for too little.
Right.
Maybe you're asking for too much, I don't know, but at least there's a metric that kind of gives us a channel, right?
Yeah.
And it's good data for you all,
Yes.
and we pay, and that's what number one, great job coming in and talking to us. It's one of our prerequisites for providing grant capital, but, we want to be able to talk to the, people like you that are running these events, right? And say, here's our optics. And it would just be easy to be able to tell us that information. And because we spend $6,000 on Star and we spend 15 grand on Placer and we spend the money, right? To gather that info, let's gather it, report it back and get more money,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah, no, that's great. I appreciate that. We're a lean organization. We
Yeah,
have the three of us that, Tammy, Dan and I, who do the core amount of work, which is gonna have to change this year, but, and then we've got our committee members who do, a lot of the week of stuff, and then I'll get 100 volunteers too, so. When we have the man hours to do things like that, you're right, it's so important, especially we're not a 300-person festival anymore. And we'll never be a 300-person festival ever again, so.
but even like YouTube and Facebook and TikTok and all those things, just sitting down with Sarah and just saying, hey, in our budget, we were gonna spend $4,500 to this blah, blah, blah person in Louisville. What can you do? What can we do together?
Yeah.
Because she's already got all that info, right? And we want to constantly, all the festivals, especially you guys are ramping up.
Yeah.
We want to use VMI as the marketing hub. Because we spend a lot of capital on VMI and we want them to be front and center focused on any type of marketing. And let them tell you, Tony, I can't do that. Now go to Louisville, right? So.
I want to distinguish something. Mad Hop, at least at this point, is the only pure music festival in Madison. We rely on our music in our city. That's it. We don't have, nothing wrong with any of the other festivals, but we don't have barbecue, we don't have boats with music.
Yeah.
So it's a different type of person that comes to Mad Hub. They're here and they're gonna stay. They're not gonna just, come and leave and that money stays in the business district. It doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't go into a food truck and go to wherever, somewhere else. It stays here in town.
Yeah.
So I just want to distinguish us from that.
Yeah.
That's exactly why we wanted to add the Madison as a destination thing to our advertising this year, marketing.
And I appreciate you differentiating and explaining that, and we want to capture that.
Okay,
Thank
thank you guys. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tony, thank you. Great job.
Thank you.
VMI update. Andrew Forrester. Welcome.
Thank you.
This is JCBT.
You're in that.
Oh, is that where I'm at?
Yes, this is
So-
Jim Bartlett's party. You got invited.
Where's the party at? Victoria's got one.
Victoria got one. Dave turned his down, or turned it down.
Okay, well, I think you saw, I wasn't here when you talked about collections, but I think you saw the correction that happened, this month compared to, last month when you thought, whoa, something's going on. And I said, I bet, because it wasn't matching up with occupancy. And sure enough, you saw the correction, this month. I don't have a ton of stuff to report. Working on the visitor profile study. I've got another company that is showing interest in doing that. So I'll be talking to them over this next week, seeing if we can get a proposal from them, get that process going. I did, go ahead and staff the comfort station during Christmas open house, for a couple hours, just to, again, see how it was going. The city continues to work on, getting that updated, painted on the inside. They've redone the floors, worked on lighting, on electric. I haven't touched the bathrooms yet. They don't have the money to start tackling that just yet. But created a vestibule so that we can lock off the one side. And I was in there for 2.5 hours, had 113 visitors come in during the 2.5 hours there. I was there, talked to 19 people. They came in, looked at gift shop stuff, asked questions, looked at information. That's about typical. If you remember the trial, we saw about 10% of the people that came in actually wanted to talk, or shop. Sold some merchandise that night, which was good. There's a lot of things going on.
Tell us about the trolley.
Well, it was supposed to be here Friday. Currently, we are caught in the middle of a dispute between, trucking companies, that should have been bringing it here. So we are working on that. That has been most of what I've been dealing with today and over the weekend. And,
You wanna go down there and get it, me and you?
Go up there,
Go up there and get it?
Yeah, so, yeah, over there, out there.
over there, over and up.
It's between here and Baltimore, I know that much.
Terry's friend.
So, Terry Cash can drive, so, anyway, it's just kind of it's a big frustration. So I'm working on it, we're ready as soon as we get it here. Hanover College is ready to get us the funding, toward it, and I know the city wants to, get together and we get it transferred over to the city and start using it, so, it's been
So it'll happen, it's just not here today.
it is not here today.
That's all right.
And it's been a frustrating situation, but working on it. So
I guarantee you are, man.
I'm gonna end up with white hair or no hair by the time this is done.
Really?
Actually, turn your head a little bit. I think you got a tuft of white hair over there
It's
on
it's
that
coming.
right hand
Other
side
side.
It's
there.
coming. It's coming. It's
Right.
coming.
Dave and
So-
Jim are on it. I love it.
Yeah,
It
So,
happens, what can you do?
it happens. So, I'm working on it. Hopefully we'll have some good news for you, by the end of the week. I was hoping I'd have good news for you tonight, but,
Okay.
still working on it. We're very excited about it. We've got, Lucy's working on, Holly Jolly Trolley for Nights Before Christmas. Utilizing it during nights and have a fun, excursion and adventure with that. And, so yeah, we got big plans. We just gotta get it.
Cool. Thank you. Sarah,
Hi there.
did everybody get Sarah's, update yesterday or today?
Today, sorry.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Been working heavily on our 25 experience marketing, trying to get that done early this year, trying to get the guide in at least a month sooner. So we have about 90% of tourism partners and some new ones that have signed up. And so our whole office is working hard on finalizing those things and final follow-ups and things. And so I'm working on the layout, like all that good stuff. Reverie Roads, we just finished our fall push-in, and so we did Circuit 62, and so it's really exciting to see some new commercials and some new assets for that. So that's, we're trying to figure out what we're working on our content plan and our marketing plan for that particular sector for 25, but trying to figure out if we need to like release any of that now or not. So we're working on that. I just submitted a new billboard artwork for the one that's kind of getting faded, southbound 65, right-hand read. You've seen it, okay? So excited about that. And then working with a few content creators. Ones we're just having conversations with about 25, and we have one right now that's active, and she'll be here on the ninth weekend. So I think I may have mentioned that the last time. Working on a lot of Holly Jolly Trolley stuff as well. And of course, Night's event, you know, that marketing plan has been in full motion. It's been deliverable mode. Got the commercial done for cable last week, and that's going, all of the 14 digital out-of-home displays that are in major cities like digital signs and gas pumps. There will be a 15-second that goes on that. So a lot of things going on there. We have a stat that we just like to call attention to. You know, we know our website is highly popular for just planning your trip, but knowing what's going on every weekend. And so our weekend to-dos link that we've had is the same URL out there for a couple of years now. It was up 152% over last year. So it was like just seeing that growth of what we're doing, having Lindsay there. You know, we're testing some different ways of doing paid social. So there's a couple different ways that you can do it. And so we're analyzing that. We're getting the data, analyzing it, and making sure that we're where we need to be. So all of that is really nice having somebody there to engage with everybody. And I think when people see that, I think even our own team see the engagement of that. We just finished up our fall photo contest, had 111 submissions, so that was all done through CrowdRib. And so the winner of that was Melissa Burkhart. You guys may have seen her name out. She's been doing some amazing drone footage. We did an in-house, voting system there, and then that picture will be featured in her guide. She won a $100 gift card to a local business, and then lots of pictures that I can use for 25 guide. So using those assets. So the city ornament came out, which is on our online gift shop, so that so our website gift shop is active almost every day. We have 1 or 2 orders, and we've had in the past 15 days. So it's typically around this time of year. So that's been a lot of work, not only on me, but just even our front end people, trying to get that done. I'd say we're even faster than Amazon. I'm kidding, on shipping.
Everybody try.
Right. And then we're also internally researching and analyzing the top ticketing platforms. Obviously we have Mad Ticks in town that offer a lot of the same features that Eventbrite does, but there are a lot of people in that pool of, and so we've done this huge analysis, and we're getting together internally to figure out what are the best options for everybody. And then get a position on that. So lots going on as usual.
Night's ticket sales are ahead of last year at this time.
So
So
great.
that's positive.
That's great. Anybody have any questions for BMI? Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on, anything, Jess, from Tourism Alliance?
We have
We had a meeting, we went around the room really fast, we tried to keep it, not as long and drawn out. we did like a quick, you get 60 seconds to talk about everything going on in your organization. What else was,
Speed dating, right?
yeah, it was like.
No, it was not speed.
It was like speed dating. There you go.
We talked about ideas for things and big grant opportunities coming up.
Yeah.
And then,
We talked trolley, the new one,
yeah,
talk about color and features and how we might be able to use it.
the other big conversation one was, the change of pilot club. So Old Court Days is not gonna be happening in the spring. It's currently only scheduled for the fall. So there was a lot of conversations about that and just kind of planning for what was coming up and catching up, yeah.
Is there a few things coming up this week, like?
Art,
Donor appreciation at the spot?
sure, yeah,
Yeah.
the art,
So
I think
River's Edge is Thursday.
yes.
Is that
that's what I was
Gateway
thinking of.
Park?
Yeah,
Yes.
River's Edge is Thursday. Yes.
Okay.
5:30 on the river, on
Yeah.
the gateway.
That's the
Okay.
big thing coming up.
Okay.
Holly jolly, Merry Christmas, everything, right?
It's coming fast.
Can you believe it?
So our future meeting is December 16th. I'll be gone. Victoria will be taking over her final meeting. And then, we need an appointee to take your spot. And then will we discuss officers in January? Okay, and I proposed, different dates. No, you didn't, but did you guys have a chance to scan through any of the dates?
I didn't see it.
Is on the agenda.
Oh,
Yeah. Just look at it again and let me know. I just skimmed through them. I tried to make sure that it wasn't on a holiday, an existing holiday. That's how I approached it, so. Anyway,
25.
25.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't gotten to look at that email. I'll get with
Yeah.
you if there's some that.
I mean, it only took me a couple hours, guys, so, whatever. You can punt me to next month, don't worry about it.
You're not gonna be
He
here.
won't be here then.
I'll see you in 60 days. I kinda gotta know, at some point.
I'll get all the dates approved for you. next
Thanks.
time.
Hey,
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna
sounds good.
change each one.
I pledge allegiance, dates approved, see you guys, Merry Christmas. Anything else we need to talk about?
You bounce them around, my goodness, how can you tell? You got 13th and 24th. 24th is a little bit.
Hey,
It's gonna be a trying time on the calendar.
I'll take a look, because some of those will end up, I looked at them real quick. It's like today, I didn't get, the innkeepers, collections until this afternoon, like 3 o'clock. Didn't get the occupancy for the last month from Star until this morning at like 9 a.m. Some of those earlier ones affect the information that we're able to get to you guys. And I know it's some of the stuff that Sarah's trying to put together. So it just depends, as long as you know
sure.
that we may not have it at the meeting, on those early, if it happens on like the 13th, we may not have some of that.
And I threw them out there,
Okay.
so,
Well, I'll take a look and see
here it is.
what's on the calendar,
We go from
some
the
of them might
second
be,
Monday to
you know,
the fourth
festival.
Monday. What?
Yeah. I think it's usually better if it can be consistent, but I realize if
That's an interesting way of
there's
putting it.
something that you guys are working around, I don't
Are
want to
you?
tell you when to do things, so.
Oh, my calendar.
Victoria's like.
Not my
Hey,
circus, not
yeah.
my monkeys
no,
anymore.
no.
Go from the 31st to the 14th.
Whatever Trevor wants to do.
I just threw it out there. Hey,
Yes, you do.
Well,
you gotta
hey,
start somewhere.
You gotta start,
Remember the third Monday, I mean, that's.
you gotta start somewhere, Trevor.
That's how you negotiate. You're like, hey, here's what I'm thinking.
Yep.
If you don't like it, let's go with it.
Propose something.
Let's,
All right, so, well, you don't care. Next month, we'll have one.
well,
Stay on the third.
Keep in mind, this is probably the best board that I'm on. I'm on a few of them. We have the opportunity to spread cheer and capital into our community, so it's a pretty cool board to be on. You'll be missed. Thank you for everything that you've done.
Thank you.
Good luck with the coffee business. I'm sure you'll do great. Anyone want to make a motion to adjourn the 18th of November, 2024?
I'll move to adjourn the meeting.
Have a second?
I'll second.
Meeting is over.